this is really good. We're in a really good position against this deck. To get those first two is actually really hard against him. We are here with Yamato today. Got a couple of good games for you lined up. Now, if you want to jump ahead to those games, you can find them in the description below. You'll see all the timestamps that you need to find these games. Now, today's format, I have a PRB build, but the sim is now updated and it's included the OP13 card. So, in the West, our current format, we can't play the PRB. In the East, they've just introduced the OP13 card. So we don't have a true PRB format that we can test this build against, but I've been wanting to do this for a while because I really love one of these PRB cards for this deck, and I've been very excited for it for a long time. So I'm going to talk about this. If you want to have a look at the rest of the cards, I do go through them very thoroughly in the video up here. Feel free to jump ahead to that or have a look at that video if you haven't already. And I'm going to discuss the full deck list there, and you can see some of this leader in action with all these cards except for one. So the addition to this deck is the Otama. I really like this card because it is basically a Toniyasu, but it's not an on-play Toniyasu. This can be useful into Blackbeard. It is also a turn-on-turn effect, but more importantly, it is just extra Toniyasus because I value that card so much. It is a 4 of always. If I could have more, I would. I can't, so I've got Otama. Otama is almost as good. In some ways, it's better. Not better, I don't know. It's a 2k counter. Let's start there. It's a 2k counter. It's a 2 cost. Also the same as this here. This is only a 1k counter. 2k counter. It has an activate main. You may rest this character and add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life to your hand. You lose a life. Toniyasu, you don't. Up to one of your leader or characters gains 3000 power for this turn. So, the effect is the same, the cost is different. The cost is much heavier in this deck. You lose a life. Not always the worst thing into Yamato if you're going for this big, heavy hitting deck that puts so much pressure on. It's not bad losing a life. So it's not the prime one that you want to play. You'd rather play this. And this isn't bad because if you got both of these in your hand, you play the Toniyasu and you're left with a 2k counter. Perfect. Can't complain there. If you've only got Otama, you forfeit the life to gain that advantage. Not a problem there as well. And what's really cool is that you can actually do it again. So on the following turn, you can take another life and you've still got this 3000 power effect. This then becomes a target that your opponent wants to hit. You've got a pseudo blocker as well. And if on your turn you're doing this effect, giving this plus 3000 power, playing down Izzo to give this banish, this is a likely scenario that you'd play to get this, 2 cards off your opponent's life. Izzo, you then attach 2 Don to it. It's a blocker. They try and attack Otama. You block with the Izzo. Now your Otama's ready to go again for the next turn. Pretty cool, right? We can also do some crazy loop stuff now that if you have this card here, we could, for instance, play the Izzo, do this thing. We then grab Momo, whether it's this turn or next turn. Maybe next turn you play the Momo, you put this to the top of your life, you play Otama, bring Izzo back down into your hand, you play Izzo, and you get the banish effect again. So you can do some looping. If you've got this card here and this one, you can make sure that whatever is on the field actually gets played onto the field again the same turn, which is pretty fun if you pull it off. Obviously, that isn't the main strategy of the deck. It's just a little side tool that you might use if the time comes up. So, what I also want to talk about is what has been added to the deck, what has been added to the card pool in OP13. I don't think we've got a lot. There's not really anything that really grabs my attention too much. We've got only a couple of Land of Wano. I think this is the only one. I thought there was one more. It might just be this one. You may trash one card from your hand. If your leader is multicolored, add one card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. So this isn't bad. We do get heal. So if you are playing this, you can do, I mean, this is going for a sort of a sustain build, a more controlled build, one that you are going to be using this Momo. And I think we're using the Momo over this here. It is a blocker, so it is worth considering. I'm not sure yet. I think we need to test more. At the moment, I like this build. The other card that I did think was kind of cool, which isn't a Land of Wano, I do sort of like this Uta. Uta, 1000 power here. 1000 counter, 4 cost, 5000 power. On play, set 2 of your Don cards active. So it's sort of only costing 2 Don to get it out, but you can't get it out on turn 1 if you're going second. And then you cannot play character cards with base cost 5 or more during this turn, which sort of fits with our deck because we're running all of these low cost things anyway. This is like this one here, and these two are our only big guys in the deck. So we can play all of this still if we were to play the Uta. The other thing I do like is on KO, you can play one character card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. I think it would be kind of cool. You attack with this, they attack back, KO the card. On KO, you trigger this out, he comes out, KOs one of their card, and then there's another thing that they need to attack into, or it could attack into them. I just think that is a kind of cool interaction. I'd love to see it. I don't know. I think it would be fun. The other one that could happen is, you know, you've got multiple targets. This comes out. They attack this first. You then drop a Momo. Momo comes down, and then you place one of your rested characters onto the top of your life. Just could have a lot of fun with this card. All of that said, I don't think you need to have more fun with the deck than what you currently have, because this build is really strong. Still love how versatile it is. You've got this game that you can play relying on heavy pressure, hitting their life with the banish and high power, taking that life down. All of a sudden, they need to respond with blockers, and you just rest their blockers, not a problem, and attack in, take that game early. You can still also switch and then go for a more of a control style, bringing this out, playing Hioris, putting these guys into your life to then play out from a trigger, using Mihawks to start to control the field and just take it slow from there. So you do have 2 ways you can play this deck. I really like that about this deck. Very versatile. Can't think of another deck off the top of my head that has that ability to play aggro or go into control. I feel like it's pretty unique. If you know another one, let me know. Would love to check it out. So this is where we're at. I will play a couple of OP13 games and we'll get to see how this leader performs. Let me know what you think in the comments, please. I've built up a big Ace fan base, but my Yamato fans, like, I know you're there, but let me know you're there. Say something in the comments. What do you want to see from this deck? We need to get behind Yamato because it is so strong. It's been strong for a while, and I want to see this deck do much better. Anyway, hope you enjoy the games. Okay, Vegapunk. Not sure what to expect because Vegapunk has a lot of new support in OP13. Primarily geared for Bonnie, but he uses it too. Let's mulligan this. Okay. Have a search. Toniyasu is good. This is one of the new ones. It's another searcher. Looking for trigger other than Lilith. Only top 4 though, yep. And what do they grab? Tough decision for them. Maybe it's something that they don't want to place at the bottom. And they grab this here, Egghead. And this is a new one, just a vanilla here. Vanilla looks scary. We can't KO because they've only got 2 life. Whoops. They took that. Can't believe they took that. They lose one here. And I guess they're going to just have to heal one, right? The thing is, we can trigger out bodies from our life. And we can already pose a finishing threat here. Okay, nobody there. We got 4. Play the 2. Play a blocker. Add, and then use effect. For a life. A KO, okay. KO, okay. The small things, right? The small things. Let's banish this card. And then do a 1 on here. Sorry, then, yeah, banished. And then they lose another card from this. End turn. And we're just kicking back here. So I think what we do next turn is we put we use Hiyori, put this to the top of our life, and have that as a body on the following turn. This is a bad card. We obviously want to not let this one trigger. We'll let it go. And I actually want to use the banish. So rather than the KO, which is also useful, we're going to banish. They couldn't stop a 3 last time, so they probably can't again. We will play this down. Use this, which is 2. Use this. We've got 1 left here. I don't think we use that. I think we just Toniyasu right now. Well, actually, we just do 3 then. Because that got through last time. Okay. Fine with this. I'm fine with this. We're going to do this. I mean, I was meant to Hiyori, but I want to put a little bit more pressure on here. And if I can take this away, then they can't actually try for game next turn. And I'm going to drop Yamato as well. Find something else for hand. And now, like, we're doing pretty good here. We've got a 2k, a 2k, 1k, and another 2k. So 7k encounter with 2 life. Even if they let this one live, losing a card from hand, we should still be fine. So little hiccup there. They asked me to pass a turn. They didn't realize they attacked. And after I attacked, I passed the turn, forgetting to play Yamato. But not to worry, not to worry. We're still good here. We are still good here. 2 life doesn't worry us. So trigger a body. And that's all they can do right now. If we can find a banish, we are pretty happy. Okay. What's this? A 2k and a 1k. That's game, right? They trigger out this, so. They trigger out this. Okay, so we attack. If they take, then we use Hody to rest both blockers. If they block, then we can just do one at a time, do a 5 in here. Okay, so they did the block. We go in here then. Which they need to take this one. So they trigger. Okay, they do trigger. This is a little bit awkward actually, because I don't think we can actually stop this now. So I might be better off doing some setup here. Playing this down, just hard playing this down. If I put this out, I need to use extra Don. I do this. It was in front of me all along, actually. Wait, is this on leader? We can do it on here. That's not enough. That's 4, 5, 6. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't actually do it this turn. All right, what else we got? What else we got? We've got this. This'll This will be good. We can't use that though. I guess we'll just grab this. Okay. All right. We're a little bit stuck here. We are a little bit stuck. What we're going to do is put up a blocker and then we survive. We just put up a blocker and survive. I think that's all we can really do here. I can attack with this nummy though. 3 and 1. Do I want to though? I don't. I'm just going to play this over Yamato. And end the turn here. That took me way too long, but trying to play around this, because if we actually attack, this comes out and then we're in trouble because the this can attack us and it was going to block anything we put down. I think I made the right play there. I mean, I could have boosted this up. Actually, did I just have a complete brain fade? Because I could have used the 4+1, attacked, and then... No. I still couldn't because they would have just blocked that out. I did the right thing here. They take out a threat. That's fine. This is also fine. Trigger, we can rest. We don't want to rest. And they've got nothing left unless they play this card. Okay. So what we want is, we do want banish. We do really want banish. We can't have it. But what we can do is take the game anyway. So now the best thing that they could do is play 2 blockers. And that's game. Okay. This one's nothing to worry about. Got a little bit technical there, but we are still good. Still good into this matchup. Let's find another game. All right. So we're going to mulligan this hand. This one's a bit better. Have the Yamato. Going to grab... This is no good. Toniyasu. Pass turn. Next turn. 2 blockers. It's a bit rough. All right, so what we're going to do is KO this blocker and attack through. I think that's a good idea. And 2/6. And do we give him one? Sure. There is a good chance that they could heal anyway, so not the worst thing. We've got 2 banishes lined up. Gonna make quick work of this deck. I don't feel as though Vegapunk has a great game against Yamato at all because we just run too much banish. And like, what's he gonna do here? So we are gonna hit hard. Make sure they discard a lot from hand or lose all their life here. This is rough for them, not for us. Just completely controlling this game. Okay, 6 cards we need to deal with. I think unless they've got a blocker come down this turn, I feel as though we're going to be dealing with this. They've got 2 more turns max. It's not good enough. Yeah, that's fine. They did get the card draw, which was good for them. But still, this is not where they want to be. Not where they want to be. We got through before very cheaply. I think we're going to get through again. I think this is game, in fact. What we're going to do is place the 2 on here. And okay, it wasn't game. It's about to be game. They'll end with 2 cards and 1 here. Is that right? Okay, we lose 1. That's fine. Blocker. Okay, so we get rid of this card. Okay, they play that down. They play that down. We can rest this card. And quick work. Very quick game. Turn 5. Yamato into Vegapunk. I guess don't play Vegapunk. I mean, play Yamato. If this is gonna rise, I'm not sure if it will. It's got a lot of support in OP13, but geez, Yamato. This is only a PRB build too, so let's find another game. Let's find another one. All right, we have Eam. This is not an easy match. This deck is a crazy one. Let's mulligan. I liked having these resters. They were good. I just wanted a banish or something like that. This, I mean, the last hand I think was actually better than this hand, surprisingly. Probably need to do some Hiyori business. Okay. I could see this working. Going to grab this here. Question is, do I have enough to defend? Because they're going to know. Oh, this is good. I like that. They are going to want to hit this hard, but this is part of my plan. To get this life, they need to commit Don. And if they use Don, they can't play blocker. And if they don't play blocker, we hit their life. So the trade-off is I don't get to trigger this, but I banish 2 of their life. That's what I'm trying to play here. If they just swing in, if they attach 3, no, that's not how this is played. It's not the game. Okay. Not a blocker. Not a blocker. We're swinging in. I don't feel like Eam runs a heavy counter, a heavy amount of counters in their deck. I think we can get through. I think we can get through. We're going to drop this down and give it a shot. Here's 8 coming at ya. And if this gets through, I mean, if it doesn't get through, then we're going to lose this card here. Got through. And we're going to take another one here. Not another life, another card from hand. And we can now drop Kiku here. This is really good. We're in a really good position against this deck. To get those first 2 is actually really hard against him. Anyone want to play the sub game? I think we should. It's been a little bit. I could do with some subs, and you know how good I am at guessing what this card is. I'm feeling. What do I think this card is? Because we know this one. That would be unfair if we did that. So what the game is, if you haven't played it, is I try and guess this card. And if I'm right, you sub. And if I'm wrong, you don't sub. It's pretty simple, right? But you get to play along at home and have some fun while we're looking at this deck. So, what do you reckon? What do I think this is? I think it's Ashura. I think this card here is Ashura. So we've got a Kiku. We know this one here is Ashura. Ashura Doji. That is my prediction. And I look forward to all the subs, guys. I look forward to it. Can't wait. Get your clicking fingers ready because you guys are all going to sub. Anyway, let's jump back into the match because a lot of things are happening here. Doing some searching. Now, this deck, it is trying... Oh, they haven't shown a 10 cost yet. What they've got is this 10 cost character. Now, we're just going to take this because we want to. They've got a 10 cost character, which is basically the All-Stars or something like that. It's all the 5 Elders, and they play that down. Once they play that down, they get to play this card. They get to play five Elders from their trash onto the field. So, as soon as that happens, we go into limp mode, and the game gets really, really tough. Now, we could just take a life here. We could go in 7. They either lose a card from hand or we take 2 separately. I think this is the way to do it. And this card here, remember, Ashura, we're going to do this now. Rest these 2. Bam. Not Ashura. You don't have to sub today. Unfortunately. Don't unsub though. That wasn't part of the deal. Alright, we are coming in hot. They have to ditch a 1k. And then we can do a... Do I go for the... I'm going to attack this thing. And then what we might do is 6 into this and then 8 to get these last 2 life. Should we just do that? 'Cause 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 ' And I'll place one blocker down as well. That'll be fun. So I feel like they've got a 2k in hand then. Maybe not. Taking this one too. Yep. And we get to have a blocker. We are in a very good position. Very, very good. They are still another turn away from getting their all-stars. So I think they're going to try and flood the board with blockers this turn. But all we need is one hit. One hit. I reckon they can probably put 2 to 3 down though. That's not one. Wasn't expecting that. Of all things, wasn't expecting that. Okay. Not going to block. We're going to resolve this. Want to keep this one though. If they commit Don to this, we can I just can't see how they can get past here. They need to commit another Don to even attack this. If they don't have a blocker in hand, they've lost. On the spot. 1k. I think we've won. I feel like they don't have a blocker. And it has to be Carlos, I think. I think all the other blockers are bigger guys, 4k and 5k. Ooh, okay. So you know what they could have? They could have a 3, up to 3 of those plus 4,000s. That would mean that then they could do maybe another 4. Unlikely. 16. That's pretty unlikely. What we'll do is we will lay down this, restand 4, then it's only really costing 2. Gonna do that. Because I can still send 2 on, and we will do it like this. See what they got here. This should be one of those events. I forgot the name of it. It was like, it was never there or something like that. Never existed. This one, never existed. But they still need to do another 2k. That'll do it. That will do it. This here, if I throw... I'm in 2 minds. I can throw 2 Don on. I think I just do that. We just do that. Don't worry about the blocker. We got this blocker. This at least bypasses, and I think we could win on the spot here. So even if they do have what they need, it's one of these plus a 2k, which might be 2 1s. They didn't have it. Easy. And I knew that they were going to have one of these in hand, so they didn't have much left to go with. It was basically getting rid of their whole hand in that instant, which set us up pretty good for the next turn. So the next turn they would have been able to drop all of these 5 elders and they would have had a bunch of blockers, maybe only one blocker. And then we would have won that following turn anyway. So I wasn't too concerned about even if they did block it. We were just trying to smash their hand. And yeah, the secret to winning this game was actually at the start, and it was that first banish, being able to get that through was what changed the game. If you can't get those 2 life early, completely different game. This deck can just start steamrolling you. So hope you enjoyed that. I think I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the games. This was a PRB Yamato into OP13 meta. So very, very interesting. Obviously, people haven't refined this deck yet, but I feel like EAM is not going to get much better than what this is. It's really, built by Bandai to be like this, and there's only going to be a few tech pieces that come into play. What you see is pretty much what you get. It's the refinement in the player that's going to happen that makes this deck stronger. Really strong deck. Glad to see that Yamato is strong into it. Until next time, look after yourselves and look after your decks.